Okay. This is dedicated to my friends Jamie and Carolyn who are getting ready to renovate their bathroom. And I'm trying to create some stuff for them to guide them through that process and hopefully help some other people along the way. We're going to go through kind of a de facto pre-construction checklist. These are a lot of the questions I would ask people about their bathroom renovations over the phone or at first contact on their quotes. Information you want to have prepared before you start your project. I've gone over in a previous video sort of the beginnings of what you want to do and the questions you're asking yourself. So you want to go over, and you can check that video out. It's a previous live stream. It's what you have, what you want, and what you need. Those three things. So this is the next layer to that. So we're going to get into the questions here. When I meet with somebody, if you're going to hire a contractor, there's a couple of quick things you're going to want to have prepared in your mind as answered that are going to help, but it'll also help if you're a DIYer. So one is where you're located, when you're looking to start, and whether you have established a budget or you're looking to establish a budget. Those are two different things. And the contractor will want to know because that's going to affect their approach. If you don't have a budget established, this is mainly what this channel is aiming at, is trying to help you do those things. So information I would want to know as a contractor that's going to help you, whether you're hiring a contractor or a DIYer, is how old your house is, because that's going to tell me what kind of plumbing you have. If you have something, does it have cast iron? Does it have copper drains? That's all based on when the house was built. You know, is it drywall? Is it plasterboard? Is it plaster and lath? All things I want to know. That'll inform me on the type of wiring, etc. The next question would be, has it been renovated before? You know, sometimes you're not the first owner of the house. You may not know if it's renovated, but based on the age of the house, when I show up to look at it, or if you're going to send me pictures, which would be awesome, it is understanding, that's not from that era. You know, a house from the 40s isn't going to have tongue and groove pine ceiling. So clearly that's a sign that it's been renovated. So those are little indicators. You've gone through the stage of figuring out what you have. So I'm going to ask you questions based on that. Do you have a floor plan? How many square feet is it? That's going to give me a good guide. More than likely, in my experience, and one of the reasons bathrooms are so expensive is not just that it's the second most detailed room in your house, is that it's often a small room on the second floor. So you're going to have to go up and down those stairs. When I'm looking at it, I got to figure out, how am I going to cover and protect all this stuff and protect your stairs and not damage the rest of your house as I work on your bathroom, because I can't put all my tools in there. I can't put a chop saw or a wet saw or any of that stuff in the bathroom unless it's really big. And even then, once you get to tiling the floor or putting the flooring in, you can't have anything in the room. So that's another thing I want to know, is how big it is, what floor it's on. Do you have another bathroom? Because that puts more pressure on me if you don't. If you don't have another bathroom and that's your only one, it's my job to tell you, hey, look, you're going to be like 3 to 4 weeks on this bathroom. Are you okay with that? Like, or am I going to have to be putting the toilet in and out? Do you have another bathroom? Are you going to be away? What's the deal here? So I need to know those things from a structural standpoint of what I'm doing. I then am going to ask you, is everything staying where it is, or are things moving around? Are you adding something? Are you taking something out? Are you removing a closet to put a shower? Are we bumping out a walk-in closet to make it bigger? Are we moving a wall, or is everything just staying where it is and we're replacing it or updating it? Okay. I'll do another video later. In my mind, there's two kinds of bathroom renovations. There's updating, which means everything is kind of staying where it is and we're just replacing it, even if you're peeling it back to the studs, but we're not moving anything. And then there's kind of your remodel, renovate, where we're ripping stuff apart and blowing out walls and having to consider how that affects everything and relocating stuff. One of the terms I use with regards to bathrooms, or little pieces of understanding I want people to have, is it's very easy to get water to go somewhere. Water lines are flexible and easy to move. They're small. It's hard to get water to go away. Drain lines are big. They need to be connected to a 4-inch stack. You have structure. We don't want to go messing with that. So if we can find a way to provide what you want without moving your drains too much, which typically will impact structure or busting up ceilings, we want to know that ahead of time, or at least educate you on that. So now that we've dealt with all the boring stuff, right? The sort of structural age, is everything staying where it is? Is everything going? We're going to get into a little more of the design stuff, the needs and wants that you want to go through. So I'm going to ask you things like, do you want a tub or a shower? If we're doing that, okay, is it a shower kit? Or is it a tiled shower? Is it a shower with tiled walls and an acrylic base? Are you getting shower doors? Okay. I want you to understand something about shower doors. The prefab kits you're going to buy from Home Depot or whatever big box store or provider are going to cost you almost as much to put in as will custom glass doors. I would highly recommend investigating that if you're doing like a walk-in shower as opposed to the kits. So my experience with the kits over the years is they never come properly machined. I've had to kind of customize or pre-drill whatever it is. None of them have licensed installer programs. So I am installing typically all of these like for the first time, like never having done them before. I curse so much doing shower doors that it's horrible. I just curse inside my head repeatedly because everyone's different and they're not all machined the same. Sometimes they're missing pieces. Sometimes you have to make pieces up, and it's really hard for me to explain to a person like, look, I have no clue how long this is going to take. And they're like, well, it's just a shower door. Yeah, but they're not the same. They're going to be missing pieces. So I'm going to quote you a lot to do it. And I'm also not going to warranty it because I didn't supply this. I never supply a shower door because I don't know how to do them perfectly. And everybody wants different ones. So how am I going to work this out? My preference is always, and my recommendation is always, look at getting custom shower doors. Okay. So we're moving into the design phase. So I've asked you, is it a tub? Is it a shower? Is it a shower kit or a tub kit? Is it a tiled walls? Is it shower base? Whatever it is, I'm asking you those things. Okay. Are you painting? What have you looked at a color paint? When they want to anchor cost, my first thing to them is, have you looked at bathroom vanities? That is a cost that tends to be a lot more than you think. So if you're doing this in a way of you want to maintain your budget, it's you want to see if you can keep your vanity, or you want to go look at it, because vanities can be, $1,000, $1,500. If you have a 4-foot vanity, that's going to be a lot of money. Yeah, you can get cheap ones. Do you want that one? No. Your bathroom needs to last you 15 years. Think of the bathroom you have in there now. How long has it been working? And unless something's falling apart and you have an urgency that it needs to be done right away, these tend to be like things you want to do. If your bathroom's 25 years old and it's kind of ratty, yeah, you want to do it. Like, it can survive. Like, I have my boy's bathroom. I'm going to update it, paint it, replace the toilet, replace the floors, but I'm not ripping out the tub and tiles, even though they're ugly, because 2 boys don't need a nice bathroom. If I'm going to do that, I'm doing that at my bathroom for my wife and I, not for those 2 savages. But I'm getting off on a tangent here. So we figured out what you're putting in there. We've talked about vanities. I usually ask the client to supply the vanity because you don't want me to mark it up. And I don't want to go get it. I have somebody in town that you can go look at. You can order from them. They'll arrange delivery. Perfect. Great for me. I will ask you, have you looked at fixtures? Your shower head, your bathroom sink faucet, your toilet, all of those things. Have you looked at those? Okay. Because that's going to give you an idea of cost, overall cost. That will anchor you in reality. How much a toilet is, how much a tub is, how much a faucet is, how much a shower head is. You can all buy those through the plumber or through me, which is I'm fine with. At the same time, you want to make sure you know what they look like. I would stick to 3 brands: Kohler, Mow, and Grohe, because parts are readily available and they're easy to repair. Well, I shouldn't say easy to repair. I just call a plumber to repair it. I don't do it myself. Once you get into brands outside of that, have people had good experiences with them? Yes. Have people had bad experiences with them? Yes. So stick to those 3, or whatever your contractor is recommending that they will warranty. Go with that. Your plumber knows a ton. You can do tons of research on the internet. And the benefit of getting it through the plumber is now they are warranting the piece and the labor. Okay. So if you supply and they install, and that piece of that fixture craps out, okay, and something goes wrong with it, and you call them up and say, hey, my sink's not working, and they show up and they go, well, that's because this thing's broken on the inside. Well, guess what? You're paying that plumber for going and doing that. They'll take then you got to deal with whoever you bought it from to get a new one, and then have the plumber come back and put it in. I know that sounds like a scam, but it's not. That's the reality. Okay. But if they supply it, then it's all on them. Everything's free. They show up, the faucet's busted, the something's wrong on it. They go, hey, no problem, we'll replace it. They go back to the wholesaler. The wholesaler gives them a new one. They put it all in. No skin off your back. No money out your pocket. Okay. Or it shouldn't be. So you're going to look at fixtures. You want to know, what are you doing on the floor and what are you doing on the walls? So if you have floor to ceiling tiles, are you doing that again? Are you doing halfway up? Are you doing none? Okay. So you've established what you want. So then you can figure out material costs, or the contractor can do it. What type of pattern do you want on this? There are multiple tile patterns. There's offset, which is kind of your brick pattern. There's a diamond pattern. There's stacked, which just means they're one on top of the other, which is the most common. Are you going to put in features like a shower niche? Do you want a bench in your shower? Now, I don't like benches. They're kind of ridiculous. When was the last time you sat down in a shower? You know what it's going to be used for? If you have a partner who shaves their legs, they're going to put their foot on it and they're going to shave your legs, and then all the shampoo and soap bottles are going to accumulate on there. My recommendation is to put a shower niche where the shower head is on that wall, because it's right in front of you and you can take that, and put a slide bar shower, right? A shower head, which means it can be raised and lowered. So if you're old, you can get a portable bench and you can sit in the shower and shower yourself. Or if you have kids, you can take that down. You can shower them with the wand. It is more expensive, but it is the most useful to me. And then the other thing I recommend is you want to put a timer switch on your bathroom fan, because your bathroom fan is designed to work when you're not there. So if you put it on the timer, you shower, you get out of the shower, the fan runs and it turns off. You don't have to think about it. Last recommendation is putting a light in where the tub or shower is. I probably said this before. I'm going to say it again multiple times on those items, because they are the ones that I find the most value in, that aren't the most expensive and make this space better. That pot light is something that you're going to get a really good experience with. So go through those things, trim, paint color, all these little details. The more of that you can accumulate. So if you're sitting there, and like I said in the previous video, you're going through your halves, make sure you're very detailed. Okay, what's the trim? What's the paint? What's the mirror, the faucet, the floor, the shower walls, all of that. Make sure you know all of that before you continue going. So that being said, I hope this helps you on your journey, guiding you through finishing your bathroom. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.